Hello everyone, Mike1217 here, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And this right here, this is the room where, this is kind of like the stopper room for the slingshot. This is where it's officially required. You know, I was saying last time that I thought it was required to get to the bottom part of the tree where you have to jump through the spider web, because I thought you needed the slingshot to kill the Skulltuleth, which is of course not true. You can kill them with your sword, so that room there where you have to shoot the eye is the farthest you can get without the slingshot. So anyway, Navi just told us how to dive, but we're not gonna listen to her. Oh shit, come on, be lined up. Damn it! I am gonna do this! What you're supposed to do is you have to dive down and hit a switch underwater, but I'm gonna do it the pro way. Or I'm just gonna completely make a fool of myself and not do it. Fine. Fine. I'll do it the way you're supposed to. It probably would be faster for me just to do it this way anyway, instead of trying to show off and try to get the ladies to get in line, you know, that's what I was getting ready to do. Get in line, ladies. I was getting ready to say that after I jumped over the thing, but nope, they're all getting out of line now. I feel like such a dork. Going underneath instead of over it. You can make that jump. I think it's easier, though, in the 3DS version, because I always do it flawlessly in the 3DS version. And, I don't think I've done it before in the N64 version, but I feel like that's an easier thing to do in the 3DS version, is jump over that. You definitely can, that's a big speedrunning tactic. And, go away, yes, we know. Thing is, after this dungeon, Navi kind of does lay off on doing this kind of stuff. I mean, you can kind of forgive the game for doing this in the first dungeon. Especially since this is the first 3D Zelda, it's an early 3D game. And I kind of want to bring back that point, is just how obvious, or not really how obvious, just how much detail they go into when they're explaining things in this game. Like, you know, standing in front of something and pressing A and pay attention to the action icon it says. Like, they really hammer some of this stuff into your head. And I felt like it was necessary back then. I don't know. Like, I just remember when I first played, you know, I would read the text thoroughly, and I would actually take it to heart what they would tell me, like what Navi would tell you. Anyway, one thing that I forgot to talk about in the last episode, that I said I was going to talk about at the end of episode 1, was I really want to talk about how happy I am that this game starts you off with a dungeon right off the bat, and how I wish that other 3D Zeldas would follow suit with this. Because other 3D Zeldas, they start so slow, and it takes like an hour or so to get to the first dungeon. And I like how this game, it kind of kills two birds with one stone. It gets all the tutorial stuff out of the way, but it also gets your feet wet with the dungeon right away as well. And other 3D Zeldas, they don't really do that. Like, Skyward Sword, it mixes in the tutorial with a lot of exposition and story. And that was a major, like, I could see that being a major turnoff, and that made me almost not want to play the game. It's just like, wow, is this really what I'm going to be doing this whole time? And Twilight Princess, like, the way that started, the tutorial part was mostly just on its own. There wasn't really anything of substance going on in the game with the tutorial part. You're just kind of, you know, you're a rancher in Ordon Village, and, you know, there wasn't really any, like, the plot didn't really pick up in Twilight Princess until after the tutorial was out of the way. Whereas this game, they mix them both together. They give you the plot right away, and they give you your first dungeon right away, but they also, you know, they use the first dungeon as a tutorial. And that's how it, I think that's how it should be. And I mean, keep in mind, this is the first 3D Zelda, and it could have been really easy for them to really just hammer in the tutorial without focusing on any, like, major story aspects in any dungeons. They could have just hammered that into you. And by the way, this right here, this behind this wall is where the Skulltula that we can't get, the gold Skulltula in this dungeon that we can't get is. We need bombs to blow this wall up, and obviously we don't have bombs right now, so we are going to have to come back here once we have bombs to get that Skulltula. Hopefully, I'll do that right away. Feel free to remind me if I forget, if I don't go straight here after I get the bombs. Because we get the bombs in the second dungeon, I'm going to plan on coming back here immediately after that to get that Skulltula, because that's something I can easily forget. Anyway, yeah, I like how this game just puts you straight into the action right away, but it also, like, gives you the tutorial along with it. It doesn't, like, baby you around and give you tutorial, and then it puts you into the action. No, it does both at once, and that's how other Zelda games should be, like 3D ones. I just think it's amazing how this is the only one out of the 5 3D games that actually starts you off with the dungeon so close to the beginning of the game, like right at the beginning of the game. Anyway, this puzzle here is probably the most elaborate puzzle of this dungeon. Push this block down to a shortcut, and once again, we're breaking down spider webs. Again, that's just such a common theme with this dungeon, is getting rid of spider webs. And we're gonna jump on down here. And over here is where that code is going to come into play, that 231, this is where it is. So you hit these guys in order from left to right, number 2. And I almost blocked both Deku sticks at the same time. Number 3. And getting hurt by number 1. Now this one is going to run around like the other ones do, so keep in mind. Because like the first 2, they just get stunned, so... There you go. I don't know what happens if you do it the wrong way, actually. I've never tested that out. Never. In all my times playing this game, I've never seen what happens if you get it wrong. Probably just like they do the dun-dun, you know, that... I'll probably just put the sound effect in, the failure sound. Also, with the 3DS version, I don't know like why this happens, but in the 3DS version, whenever a door is like becoming unbarred, and hear like the puzzle solve sound, Link does like this weird spin around. Like, has anyone else like played the 3DS version and you notice that? Like, every time bars come up over doors, like Link like spins around. It's really weird. It's like a strange like animation glitch that happens only in the 3DS version. Whatever. So we have a foreboding room here. I really do like the room they have for the boss room. And we can actually hear the boss right now. We can look up, and the famous division sign eye, first boss in the game, is Queen Gohma. And let's see if I can do this in 2 cycles. That's always like a fun challenge that everyone likes to do with this boss, to see if you can do it in 2 cycles. You almost have to shoot it, and then get your sticks out, jump attacks. And that's how you do it in 2 cycles. I don't think you can do it in 1. Also, I need to eventually down the road change my targeting system. There's 2 different ways you can have Z targeting in this game. You can have it I forgot exactly what the game calls it, but you can either hold down the targeting button, which is what I want, or you just press the button and the game automatically targets, and that's really annoying. Because it's hard to get off of targeting when it's like that, and that's what I have right now. I don't know what they call it, though. But anyway, now I've been playing this game for, let's see, 1988, do your math, 15 years, about. 15 years. A little bit, well, let's say 14, because it came out like in November. Anyway, yeah, I've been playing this game for 14 years, and I've never done what I'm about to do now. I'm gonna skip that heart container. Yeah, in case you're new to the 3-Heart Zelda Marathon that I'm doing here, each one of these 3-Heart playthroughs, they are my first time doing them for each game, and that includes this one. I've never done a 3-Heart run of this game as many times as I played it, so on screen, it'll be the first time I'm doing it. That's kind of what I'm going for with this marathon, is to give you kind of a first reaction of from me as I play through the games with three hearts. Like, you know, so because like I'm so used to playing them normally, and I kind of want that like that first reaction of, oh my god, this is so much harder with three hearts, and you know, me changing up the way I usually play. So yeah, that's what I'm going for with these playthroughs. I'm gonna shut up now because the Deku Tree is trying to tell a story. I'm being very rude to him.